Okay. Well, welcome in. This is the I Bring It Every Day show, and my name is Kelly. So please enjoy the show. Please like, share, and subscribe, and check out all the people in the chat and enjoy. There's very nice people here, and thank you so much for coming. So look who we have today. I have a guest, and I have. Oh, let me help you here. Hold on. There we go. There we go. We got you. All right. So we have.
Hello, everybody. I
And
see Suzanne
yes.
Renee Unravel.
Yep.
Thank you for coming and welcome to Kelly's I Bring It Every Day show. My
Oh, look
first
who's
time here, Donzel Cooper. Thank
Gonzalez.
you for coming to see us
Yep.
and welcome.
Yes. So let's see here. Now I'm going to just switch one thing over here. I'm looking at two chats. So we're going to keep going. But thank you all so much for coming in. We're just going to be so basically every now and again I have a guest on the I Bring It Every Day show. And as you know, I do a lot of crafting. So knitting and crocheting. So Auntie Ellen does all that stuff, but she's going to tell us more about what she does. And she's a YouTuber. Now, how long have you been a YouTuber? I forgot to ask that question.
I have been a YouTuber just barely 2 years.
Okay.
I've been on YouTube. First, let me say my name is Ellen Pankey. Thank
Mhm.
you for coming, you guys. And GQUAT is an acronym. It stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Show. It is a variety channel. I represent 6 living generations.
Mhm.
And I have been knitting, crocheting, and doing the heritage arts and home arts, all of the arts, since I was 7 years old. And that was like 70 years ago. So for a long time.
For a
I don't
minute.
like what I've been through.
Mhm. That's great. That's great. Yeah. And so I don't know how I found your channel, but I did somewhere along the way. And she does mostly live streaming. So she does a little bit of cooking live, a little bit of mostly sewing and quilting. So she'll make a quilt, she'll make a square, things like that. So I've never like I my family. I have a couple of seamstresses. I don't know what you call people who sew. People who sew. I only have a couple people who sew in my family, but I never picked it up. It was just one of those skills I just never could get it together. I tried, never had it happen. But I enjoy people who do, and I see the wisdom of sewing. Like I think it's right now, given the economy and all this, it's really good to be able to make your own clothes. And plus, in my opinion, I think the clothes are terrible, and so they don't fit well. You know what I mean for a lot of people.
Well, I
So,
think
you know,
that you can buy clothes relatively inexpensively,
hmm
but if you ever need an alteration,
hmm
you can pay more to have a zipper put in the dress than you paid for the dress.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So there it is.
And they call them sewists now
So
because
okay,
nobody wants to be a sewer,
I
sewer,
understand that.
sewer.
That's great. No, that's awesome. Yeah. So Auntie Ellen has a her channel name's very long. So, so I'm gonna have you, and I don't know if you can type, but I'll if not, I'll put your link in the chat so that people can come and check you out.
You can, or you can call me Auntie GQuat. Call me GQuat. Just don't
Okay,
call me after all the food is gone.
that's good.
Oh, I
Yep.
know.
Yes.
There's GQuat on the screen and traditions on my shirt.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's awesome. Yep. Yeah. So she's GQuat Traditions. Yeah, that's like your at sign, your handle. I noticed that GQuat
Yes,
Traditions.
yes.
Yes. So that's really good. So, but anyway, I can't remember how I found your channel, but I just started sort of hanging out and checking out and seeing what's happening. So it's interesting. But you do gardening also. So so she and I have a lot in common in terms of I do a little gardening. We craft. I do some crafting,
And
and she has a Pennsylvania tie. And
I
as
was
as we're
born
as
there.
we're going along, I want you to share that with people too. So we're going
Okay.
to have some history in Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of things. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, so she's a variety channel. I'm a variety channel. I cook. She cooks. We craft. She crafts. I craft. And so there's a lot of similarities in that regard. So it's good. So let's see. I'm going to look at the chat real quick. So Donzel's here. Good to see you. And Renee said, "Nice to meet you."
Hi, Renee.
Yep. She's a new YouTuber. Like she's been at it how long? Not long. Probably 3 months. I think she's been doing like actual live content on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. Shatika Woods, she's a crocheter. She's always here to support. We appreciate you. And let's see. And she's saying peaceful blessings. And then, oh yeah, and Renee's saying I used to make my daughter's dresses because she needed dresses that spin. Okay, she's one of
Oh,
those, like a princess. Nice. And then, oh, she made outdoor cushions and zippers last year. It was a huge project. Okay.
yeah.
Yes. We have the Bud Files. Welcome. And there's Cicely Simmons. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? Doing great. And then, oh, we have Carol's Crazy Crochet and More. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes. All right now. Good to see you. Good to see you. So anyway, I'm going to drop your link. So hang on just a second. So you keep talking. So just let us know what you're working.
I can sew anything. I can
Mhm.
make anything, but my passion is quilting. I'm considered a master quilter, and I've been teaching quilting for about 25, 26 years in various community centers, paid teaching. I had a 1,500 square foot studio with a long arm machine, embroidery machine, and about 35 sewing machines I have collected over the years. And then I woke up from a coma 10 years ago and I decided to sell that place. I didn't need 4 acres that I couldn't take care of by myself. So now I downsize and I live in a senior handicapped apartment with a few of my favorite things. These are not them in back of me. I'm actually visiting in Arizona. I live in Connecticut 6B. My mother and all of her family, going back to the Revolutionary War, have lived in Pennsylvania. And in fact, they have a certified National Historic Landmark called the Thomas Family Cemetery. And all of the history of her family is there going back forever.
That's
So
yes.
they all I've been crocheting since I was like before I was 4 because I started school. So we didn't have TV back then. We're talking 1948. You know when you sign in on your medical chart and they say find your year and they go back to 2025, it takes me like half an hour to get back to 1948. So that's a while, y'all. That's a
Yes.
while.
Yes. So so also I want to just let everybody know her mother is still with us.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about your mother. And how
So
old is your mother if you don't mind sharing that if
oh, my mother's 93 years old.
Mhm.
She had some type of health problem. She went to the hospital. So now she's in a physical therapy rehab. And the other day she had my sister and a cousin, you know, the old-fashioned tangled skein yarn. They had some red that I guess was donated to this nursing rehab center, and they got tired of her winning all the bingo cards. So she had my sister and my cousin tangling and rolling up all this yarn. Not sure if she can remember the stitches or anything. And oh, thank you. Thank you, GQUAT. You know, a lot of people my age don't try to get technical skills. It's a shame. And I do most of my programming, my videos, editing. I do it myself. I get a little bit of help. There is a lady named Dolores01, and she is a consultant. She helps others with their channels. I don't know if you guys need any help, but
Mhm.
she's the person to go to. And she got me started. If I get stuck, I go to her. But I actually took a class in the community college. I have a certificate in graphic design. I'm like, who gives one to somebody who's legally blind? They never should have enrolled me in that course. And I was telling Kelly about that. This computer is a MacBook. It's not just a MacBook. I have an iMac that sits on my desk at home. It has 4 gigabytes of, I think it's gigabytes of random access memory. This MacBook has 32 gigabytes of RAM because I thought I was going to be able to do some graphic designs like InDesign, all the edit all the files, have them all open at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs that much? Who needs that much? So now this old lady will keep this until they stop making apps for it because I'm not going to buy another one.
Yes.
Renee's MacBooks rule. Well, they
Yep.
give you the best color when you're doing graphics. They really do. It's more realistic. Ta-da!
And and people say, "Oh, your face is pretty good." I'm like, "Thank you," on the MacBook. But anyway, so let's say hi. We got Angela, Precious World. Hello. She's saying hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, there's
And
Auntie Ellen's link right there. So if you want to
everybody.
connect, yep.
Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything.
All
I
right.
don't know how many of you have grandmothers, aunties, 3/4 of a century old, but I promise you, when you come to my channel, you will feel like you're visiting your old nana or something because you will be.
All right now. Okay, so let's see. Steph came in from South Africa. Nice to see you. Let me see. Come on, slowpoke. My computer's slow today. Let me see. Come on.
Oh, Steph in South Africa.
Yes. There she is.
I have a lot of African fabrics, and I was just showing something,
Mm-hmm.
and I never say it correctly. How do you say Schwarzwar? SHWA SHAW, Schwarzwar. It's some of the original fabrics from South Africa.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yeah. Hold it still, and I'll see. We can take a look at it. I'm making
yes,
it big.
you can see
Mm-hmm.
it's stamped on the back, just like
Mm-hmm.
meat in the United States.
Yes.
So this is some of the authentic fabric that one of my friends hand carried from a visit over there. He's actually
Mm-hmm.
from there. His family's been there hundreds of years.
Okay. That's nice. And then Suzanne saying, "I commend you, GQUAT, for your technological skills." I know that's right.
And if
Yes.
you want to know what I'm making,
Yes.
Kelly had a hat she was making a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when she visited my channel, I dropped the link. And I remember that she said that you cast on 82 stitches. She had a really bulky wool. I
Yes.
didn't have any, and I don't knit that much. But I said, well, I'm going to go live on Kelly's channel when I get to Arizona on my
Mm-hmm.
vacation. So
Yep.
I grabbed a couple skeins of some really nice Italian
Oh,
yarn.
okay. Wait, hold, stay still. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Nashua. Okay, hand knits.
And it's the wool is from Italy, and they
Yep.
process it in New Hampshire.
Mm.
And I'm doubling it. And since Kelly said, I can't remember everything, but I can remember knit to purl to.
Yes.
So I'm doing that, and she sent me the link.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doubling these. And when I got here, my brother-in-law said, Sissy, are you making it for me? He's been married to my sister for 50 years. So
Right.
how can I tell him no? And I'm freeloading in his house for a month. So this one's for him.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I see Scott popped in. Good to see you. Thanks for
Hi,
coming.
Scott. How are you?
Yep. Controversial cruising. And then we have hashtag VOM. Hello. She's saying hello.
Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello, hello, Kelly, guest in chat. Yes. And thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so we're just doing some I because I enjoy knitting and crochet. Anybody it's like it's an open book. Anybody can come in, if you're into, just doing some crafting live. I enjoy crafting. And I enjoy
And
knitting and crochet. So I'm going to be knitting as well. So I'm working on this and most of the people here have seen this. This is my Doctor Who. I'll show this real quick. My Doctor Who scarf, and it's getting bigger. But I didn't do it. Yeah, I didn't do anything on it. But yeah, so I'm just starting the purple row there. But it's getting big. It's already 1.5 feet, maybe. And
oh,
I don't know how big it's going to get. We'll see. It's a mystery.
and me, as you see, I knit the kindergarten way, as my mother calls it, and with
Oh.
the two needles. And my mother knits the European way. She holds one still and she
Hmm.
goes at Mach 1.
Okay.
She makes the Irish fisherman knit sweaters with
Hmm.
every row is different, all
Yes.
those. And she looks at me, she says, you've been knitting for 75 years. You can't do it like I do it. No, don't want to. I'm just
Okay.
gonna keep doing this this way. It just annoys her. It
Well,
just annoys
I
her.
mean, it is what it is. Yeah, whatever works for you. That's the whole thing.
And it's pleasurable this way. I
Yes.
would be stressed out trying to see how many stitches I dropped.
Well,
Now my only concern is that I'm using two pieces to make sure I get them.
yes. Yes. And I don't think I've done that lately. Doubled up. I have not. I trying to
Oh,
think, like, as soon as you said that, I went, "Ooh, have I done that lately?" I have not. I
well,
have not.
put a monkey wrench in the plan.
Well, yeah, I think I don't know that I don't know how well that would go. But let's see. I saw Liz popped in, Liz Crochet and More. Thank you for
Hi,
coming in.
Liz. Well, this is such a nice yarn, and it was gifted to me. I don't even remember by whom, and I was about to take it out and gift it on my channel. And then
Oh,
Kelly came up and started with her hat, and I'm like, "Oop, they lost out now."
oh man. No,
They lost
I'm
out,
good.
so now I'm gonna be
Yes.
knitting with it.
All
Some
right.
some folks will be getting hats this winter.
No, that's wonderful. Yeah. So
It's
been doing
cool.
a lot of hats and stuff too, and it seems like that's always a popular thing. People like
Yes,
hats. They love the hats. So
it's
let's see. Okay. Also, Angela Precious World said, "I want to learn how to knit. It looks cool. It does. It's really cool."
oh,
And, who taught you how to knit, Auntie Ellen?
my grandmother. My
Oh,
mother couldn't teach me anything. Could you see I would be doing it the English way?
oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Or
if
the German. That's the German way.
oh yeah, the
Hmm.
German way. So
Yeah.
I didn't listen to anything my mother said. My parents were young when they got married,
Okay.
and I didn't trust that chick.
Oh, oh. Okay. All
So
right now.
my grandmother was my go-to. My
All right.
grandmother was my go-to. And she would sit down and instead of watching TV in the evenings, we knitted.
All right.
Actually, it was mostly crochet when my
Mm-hmm.
younger brothers and sisters came along. Why? Because knitting needles have points. And I had five younger brothers and sisters. So at some point it was decided that nah, she can crochet,
Yeah.
but I still enjoy knitting.
Yeah. Yeah. And me too. I taught myself how to knit actually with a
Really?
book. Yeah, with a book. And so this
That's
is my
cool.
yeah. So take a break for a second. I'll just show you this book. This I just found this a couple weeks ago. I haven't really looked through it, but I'll make myself big here so you can kind of see. There we go. All right. So knitting the easy way. Learn to knit sweaters, scarves, baby items, and more. And this was one of these, like, so everybody knows I love thrift stores. So they have every now and again you get lucky and you find these books in the thrift store, and they're a couple of dollars. And the main thing is what you want to do when you find these how-to books. Don't spend a lot of money. You can get these at the library. But make sure that there's illustrated pictures in there, and it shows you what to do with the needles and things like that. Uh-oh, oops, we lost Auntie Ellen.
Back.
There you go.
I
She's
just
back.
what like because what had happened
What
was
had happened?
yes, what had happened was I was like, well, did I give the thumbs up? And then I was
Oh,
trying to do it and I backed out and whoops.
well, no, you fell out at the right time. That was good because the
You
the
want to
camera
see my
wasn't on
next
you. That's the best time to go.
you want
But
to
I
see
would
my
just
next
suggest
trick I will perform for you? No, I'm
yes, that was pretty funny. But the timing was pretty good though, I would say. But just make sure that it has some illustrated stitches. And that's really all I say if you and also you can look at videos, but I always say it's good to have something when the internet goes out and you can sort of learn what to do with it. And it
yes.
shows you and the knitting is only two stitches. So and then
And
inside of these books like this, first of all, I love the ones with the spiral.
I do
'Cause You
too.
you can either stand it up or lay it back or whatever you want to do. And then there's projects. So I'll just show you just one or two real quick. And this is the way. Here's a cell phone cozy. This is old. Look how old this is
Oh,
with the
cute.
fat
But that's
antenna.
okay.
But there's little things like that you can make. Here's baby booties on the back here. Here's a nice little top for the summer, and on and on. So I just like books, and it's a good way to sort of follow up on a video. And so that's my little spiel. And go to your local library and borrow one. You don't have to buy one, but
And you
just
know
try to
what?
find a beginner book, just as a little backup. Yeah.
What I find helpful when you're reading a pattern is to
Mm-hmm.
say it out loud. Don't
Oh,
just look at it, like yarn over, like the YO. Say the words out loud,
okay.
and they will get imprinted in your brain,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
you'll remember the pattern more
That's it
easily.
exactly. That's it exactly. And then the other nice thing is, and everybody's well aware with crochet, Yarn Inspirations, which is the company that does Red Heart and
Yes,
others, they have free patterns, and they have easy to hard. So you can get free stuff on there, and there's actually video tutorials. So
and
there's ways you can check it out. And it doesn't have to be that book, but most beginner books have some kind of photos with how to hold the needles, how to yarn over, and all this, things like that. So, and then also check thrift books. I'm not sponsored, but I do like
right,
that site, because sometimes you can find great old books for, like,
10 cents.
yeah, $1. I mean,
I
it's
love
crazy.
looking at those in the thrift stores, and you see like 5 cents, and you find these prices like
Yeah, it's
uh,
crazy.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So, so I always say, get started slowly. Don't rush in and spend your whole life savings. You know, just start out, get some basic, knitting needles, and then yeah, and that's what you do. And so I'm always like, because I do enjoy knitting, and I do enjoy crocheting. I do enjoy the yarn arts or the fiber arts, and so I've been doing this probably for 10 years, pretty regularly for the last 10 years.
I
So.
knit and crochet. I don't drive much anymore. I
Mhm.
drive. I have access to a vehicle, but I take handicapped transportation. Why? Because in the city I live in New Haven, Connecticut, I can take the handicapped transportation, and if I buy the booklets for the tickets in bulk,
Mhm.
I can get for
Yes.
$35. I can get through 10 rides.
Oh, that's
You,
really good. Yeah.
where can you park for 350? Where can you? It's more than that an hour. It's like
Yes.
$7 or $8 an hour on some parking lots.
Yeah.
So some of my friends and I just get on the bus,
Yep.
and it has the thing where you could push your card up,
Mhm.
go sit down, the driver helps you, you go
Yep.
shop all day and
Yes.
come back.
Okay.
And oh, there's my comments. There you
Yes.
guys are.
Yes.
Hey, Felicia, F.R. Humphrey.
Hello. Good to see you. And
So,
then Granny D. This is Granny D.
hi,
She's
Granny D.
she's
Haven't seen you.
knit pearl and squirrel with Granny D Thompson. Wow. She's a
I,
long channel too.
I see her sometimes late at night hanging out with sifting some soil when
Yeah.
I wake up
Oh,
to
that's
walk down
funny.
the hall.
When you wake up. That's funny.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Miguel, thanks for coming in, and we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
And Miguel is Who Knows. Yep. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
And
And
because
let's see, did I miss anybody? I think we got everybody. But yeah, so like I said, knitting is fun, and it's great for wearables, I think. But you can do anything with knitting. You can do amigurumi. I did do one amigurumi with knitting, a knitting one, and it was pretty cool. And it was a kit that I got from Five Below, of all
I
places.
don't take the long needles when I'm on the handicap bus. And
Right.
go to all my doctor's appointments when you have to wait for the bus, wait
Mhm.
for the doctor to keep from doing something insane. I
Yes.
take a crochet hook and a little Ziploc bag,
Mhm.
make a lot of crochet dishcloths that I actually give away on my channel or give to
Mhm.
doctors when the holidays and whatnot. They
Mhm.
make great gifts.
They're great. Yeah, they're awesome. So, Let's see. Okay, good. Oh, so now tell us a little bit about just a little bit about your life, your if you don't mind, because you've talked about your medical life, like what happened to you and how you kind of came back, from
Yes,
that.
I woke up from a coma 10 years ago and I had to learn how to walk, talk, do everything again, feed myself. I mean, just, oh, and this is a funny story. I always have funny stories.
Mhm.
So, my great grandson, who is like 6'3", well known in the area basketball player, was about six then, and he was learning how to read.
Mhm.
So his homework every day was to read aloud for 20 minutes.
Hmm.
His bedroom, I moved back home to my mom's house because my daughter was too strict. Her condo, on Fifth Avenue in New York, me breaking stuff, dropping stuff.
Oh,
So I went to my mother's house. She has one of those big old New England houses with like 9 bedrooms, six
yeah.
bathrooms on 3 stories and a basement. So I had plenty of room there. So Cam would come in my room and we used to watch a lot of sports. But
Mhm.
when he was learning to read, he would read to me.
Oh,
And then this little cocky little 6-year-old would read for half an hour and then ask me questions. Nana, well, who was driving the car? Or, how do you spell such and such a name? To see if my memory was back or if my cognitive functions were working.
okay.
Then one day he came home and he had 100 math examples to do, and I had to do them in 1 minute, and I got them all right. He was shocked.
Oh, wow.
I'm not just your great
Yes.
grandmother. I am, I went to school a long time. I used to know a lot of stuff. I used
Mhm.
to work in a lot of businesses, big businesses,
Mm,
Fortune 500 companies. It's like,
mhm.
wow,
Yep.
all he thought I did was bake cookies.
That's funny. So he read to you. That's really cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then how long were you completely blind, or how did that
I was legally blind. I
legally
could
blind?
see,
Yeah.
I had the long white cane,
Mhm.
all of the accessory things. Then I was able to get laser surgery on one eye, and
Mhm.
I don't know, it was prohibitive. You could
Yes.
pay like 25,000 and get the type of lens when you can see long distance and short distance. But me with glasses, I find that either the ones where you could see up close or
Yes.
the one far away, these do both and they look real cute,
Wow.
but they're not really great at everything. But I am still totally legally blind in my left eye.
Mm.
So for painting things like that, F.R. Humphrey paints, your depth perception is off. So you're always measuring and making sure that things are
Yeah.
even or not.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. It really is. I mean, so but you've come back. Like, see, having being in a coma is crazy, That's a lot.
It
Learning
was.
to walk and talk and all that. Yeah, that's amazing. So you have to start all over. So this is a good story of resilience and you
And
know,
to teach you not to give up if something bad
never
happens
give up.
to
Yep.
you. It was like when I woke up from the coma, the the doctor said, "Well, what do you want, Miss Pankey? What can I give you?" And my
Mhm.
son was like doddering over me, and my son, my baby is 55 years old, you guys. So it was like, "Mom, what do you want?" So, and this is funny. I asked the doctor for my lip gloss and my hoop earrings because I don't go anywhere without my hoop earrings and lip
Mhm.
gloss. And I knew I was going to be better. I was going outside. So it was like, no, give me my stuff. And the doctor said, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go outside, look at the flowers, my hospital room and ICU. I couldn't see the ground and see
Mhm.
flowers growing.
Yep.
So I plant flower seeds everywhere I go. I've been planting here in Arizona a new container garden. I'm
Mhm.
just like the guest from hell.
Right. Yes. And you're there. And how long have you been there so far? It feels like a while.
I know. I've been here since 2 days after Mother's Day
Oh,
because I
wow.
wanted
Yeah.
to make sure I
Okay.
spent Mother's Day with my mom.
Hmm.
That was Sunday. Tuesday, I was out.
Yeah.
And I will be here until June 17th.
Okay. So I guess
I
that's
may
another
see
week.
you, you
You're away.
guys.
Yeah.
I may crash Kelly's show.
Yes. That's good. That's awesome. So, okay, Sonia Creations came in. Welcome in. And I'd like to say, while we're here, I'd like to say thank you to the members that have come in. So we have, I see Sonia, Granny D, Renee. Trying to think, Carol. Yep. And yeah, Angela, Precious World. Nice. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it.
And you
Yes.
are the people that I don't
And
normally see
Scott.
during the day because
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have some downtime because I'm in Arizona. So I'm 3 hours behind you guys. It's only 11 a.m. here.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, and Liz too. Liz is a member. Yeah, I'm just making sure I got everybody. Yep. Liz, Renee, Angela. Yep. Sonia. So anyway, so thank you so much. Hashtag VOM and controversial cruising. I said it, Scott and Suzanne. Yes, I think we got everybody. And if I missed you, it's not because I'm, you know, leave it to my poo brain. I call it sometimes the poo brain. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming in. Oh, okay. So, here's something Carol said. Carol's Crazy Crochet and More. I signed up for a knitting class at Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival. That's
Oh,
going to be going
I
on in September. Nice. All right now.
get all the samples you can. I love getting
Yes.
samples at those places.
Yep. Yeah. Whatever they give you, and then listen, but have fun. Like I always say, have fun. With the knitting and the crochet. Like it's not supposed to be painful. You know, it's supposed to be fun. So I always say that. Let's see. Oh, there's Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Welcome in. Good to see you. And okay. And then Granny D saying, so glad I caught you live. Very interesting guest.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. She's asking, how long were you in the coma? Yeah, I don't know if you had said.
It was for about a month, and
Oh,
I still have therapy. That's what I was doing before you this morning, Kelly.
mm-hmm.
Why I was inside, and I
Yep.
said you caught me right at the nick of time. I'd be outside doing something else,
Yes.
and um, it was like my family did everything for me. I could. The doctors said, "Well, we'll set up a nursing home." So, like, my daughter's like, "No, my mother's not going to a nursing
Mm-mm.
home.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry." So she came and and I couldn't
Yes.
fly,
Yes.
and so she hated my car that I
Oh,
had at the time. I was in the country, and I had a Chrysler PT Cruiser. I love that car. It was
interesting.
little, but the seats turned down. You could turn it into everything. And
Oh,
I had a 1985 Ford F-150 country truck. I was in the country, you guys, on
all
4
right.
acres. Had
Yes.
chickens, ducks, goats,
Oh,
about, I don't know, 8 or 9 Cane Corso Italian Mastiffs. And my daughter came there and they said, well, she called animal control because a Cane Corso Italian Mastiff, you're not just going to walk up to them and, it's like
right.
guard dogs. They
Right.
breed them and show them. So my
Mhm.
daughter called animal control. They had to dart a couple of the dogs to get them out. And so
Probably
animal
big.
control said, it was in North Carolina. They
Mm.
said, so what you gonna do about Miss Pankey's chickens? My daughter's like, what? My mother has chickens. Where are they? Because I retired and I moved there, and all the dream country stuff you ever wanted to do as a, an urban farmer, I did. The lady said, well, Miss Pankey has some pretty chickens. Hers have been to the North Carolina State Fair and everything. My daughter's like, you want them? You can have them. So she's like, okay, who wants these like show dogs? Who wants this? And it
Wow.
was like, yeah. It broke my heart, but what could I do?
I
I
know
can't
you were.
do my own
Yes.
stuff. I still can't.
Yes.
I
Right.
have help that comes in to help do
Yes.
the stuff I don't want to do,
Yeah.
like cleaning up and
Right.
dusting.
Right.
all that stuff. I can
Yes.
take care of myself, but it's
Yes.
slow.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a hip replacement in the last 3 or 4 years, two
Mm.
knee replacements. So the things that happen as you age, you had a PT Cruiser too. You loved that little car.
That's
Oh,
cool.
my daughter hated it. She took
Mm.
me to. We had a family
Oh,
intervention, so she said, "Well, Mom, hi, Drew's Adventure.
yes.
What kind of a car do you want? We're not driving this thing. I don't even want to drive it
Mhm.
because she flew into North Carolina. I don't want to drive it from your house to the hospital." So I
Oh.
said, "I'll take a Jeep Grand Cherokee."
Mm.
So one of my cousins went and did all the research, found the closest Jeeps to Duke University Hospital.
Oh.
And she co-signed for it, put the
Mm.
money down for it, went to pick it up, brought it back to the hospital. And then when we got back to Connecticut, my parents have a two-car garage. So they pulled my mom's, like the camper, not the camper, the van with all the stuff. They pulled
Mm-hmm.
it out, backed the Jeep in,
Yes.
put the other van in front of it so I couldn't drive it, and then took the keys away until I was able to
Oh,
drive.
all
So
right.
the
Yeah.
car is like 10 years old. It doesn't even have 40,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's crazy. Now let's see. Oh, okay. So anyway, Drew had to go to bed. It's 3:30. He's in Australia.
Oh,
Yes, it's 3:30 a.m. there. So thanks for coming in.
I love the Aborigine fabrics from there.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they do have some good stuff. And then, oh, Renee's saying you are so positive after going through all of that. Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't do it alone. My family has been there through thick and
Hmm.
thin.
Yeah.
My sister downstairs, I'm visiting her house now.
Yes.
She and her husband took off and came to North Carolina and then Connecticut. And I had to have drops put in both eyes 4 times
Mm-hmm.
a day.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do any of that stuff. I'm knitting Donzell Cooper a hat for my brother in law, and it's Kelly's pattern, the one she was working on when she came up on my channel the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a knit two, purl two,
Looking good.
8 inches.
Yep. Yep.
So it's easy. They call this ribbing, this type of, because it has a lot of elasticity when you do it. And then typically most hats, after a while you do like a knit a row, purl a row to make it smooth. But
Yes.
this one's just going to be knitted. Roscoe has a little head anyway, so this will be just fine.
Right. And you
Oh,
might want to just test it as you go along before it gets
yeah,
because I
yes.
don't know what his head shape looks like, but
Oh,
yes. Yes. That's funny.
thank you.
Hmm. But
So I,
anyway, it's a nice pattern, and I'll see if I can find it. Now, of course, can I find it right away? I'll see if I can put it in the chat. So this is the pattern from Yarn Inspirations, actually. It's from
oh,
Yarn Inspirations, yeah, and it's using Red Heart Chunky, I believe.
right, you had a big gray chunky one.
Big gray chunky one, yeah. So let me see if I can find that.
So when one doesn't have the current what's ever recommended, one uses what one has,
Yes,
right?
that's correct. Yeah, because they well, that yarn only stayed in circulation about a year and a half, and then they kicked it to the curb. But I think only Michael's had it, and that's why I kind of remember buying it at Michael's for some reason. Yeah,
Oh,
and they do that, when they have these like kind of exclusive things.
so
So, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
where's everybody getting their yarn now that you know who is out of business? Oh, we went. My sister took me to a Joann's before the end of May when they were
Mm.
supposed to stop.
Yep.
There was a new store in the building already. The sign was still on, the big thing
Wow.
on the outside. There was
Mm-hmm.
no sign of Joann's, that part of Arizona.
Oh wow. Yeah. So it's weird how they did kind of get out of there. Like
They
they got out really
got
fast.
ghosts. They got gone.
They were not playing. Yeah. So who knew? I was thinking, maybe they'll
I'm
spread
gonna
spread
wait
it out.
until the last day and go buy everything.
No,
Nah.
that was not happening. And then Renee's granddaughter is learning Granny Square a day, she said.
Oh,
She's learning how to granny square today. Sorry, bad reading. She's learning how to granny square. Yep, today. So that's cool because she's a new crocheter, like only maybe a week in. Yeah.
and you can use
Oh,
all those scraps of yarn and make them all different colors.
yep. Everybody's saying hi. And then Renee's saying, "Have you seen the stashes of these crafters?" LOL. We don't
Yes,
talk about that, Renee.
we don't do that.
We don't we don't talk about that. Just like we don't talk about Bruno. Yes. Let's see. And then oh yeah, we're very proud of Anna. Yeah, that's good. She's doing that's what Liz is saying. Yeah, we're very proud.
Nice.
And there's K and K Crochet. Hello, ladies, and everyone in the chat. Welcome in.
Hello, K and K. How are you?
So we have some good crocheters coming in, some good knitters and positive people. So KK is very positive also. So we love it. Yeah, I really appreciate you all coming in. Yeah.
So, what's the weather like? Where are you guys located? I'm here in Arizona, and it's like 101 degrees in the afternoons,
Yeesh.
105 later on. So by the time it gets really, really hot, I'll be back in cool Connecticut with my feet up.
Yeah. Yeah, Arizona is hot. I've been there twice. And I couldn't I think the one day I was there it was 110. And then the other time I went there, it was about 107 or something. And I was like, whoa,
Daily.
it's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Arizona. Very, very warm. So let's see. So, okay. So here is this is Suzanne's weather here. She's in New Jersey, and
Oh,
it's 80. See, very mild. I call it mild warm. Very,
can
very.
you
Yeah.
can you smell the smoke yet?
Oh,
Because the smoke from Canada, the Canadian fires,
is it
it's
back again?
yes, and it's reaching Connecticut,
Oh.
the upper levels, but
Hmm.
the lower levels later on
Oh
this
my
week.
gosh. Let's see. So Rebecca is in Missouri. Yeah.
Oh,
And K and K is West Virginia, 78, but it's been unusually cool here. Yeah. Same
it
here.
has been. I haven't planted my summer garden,
Yeah.
and I have a community garden in New Haven.
Hmm.
I did a lot of hydroponics. I
Okay.
put them outside in jars. I'm in
Yes.
the herb contest or herbal challenge. And I said, well, they'll get some water in those winter sowing jars.
Hmm.
I said, so they might have grown up through the top when I get back. Or if they're defunct,
I was
well,
gonna say, yeah.
squirrels and groundhogs couldn't get to
Yes.
it. I'll just go to the market, the farmer's market,
Yep.
get some starts. It's only
Hmm.
going to be June.
Yeah,
I've been there, and 4th of July, you can still plant.
it's
No
true.
snow in central New Jersey. My
Wow.
my parents had some land in Mays Landing, which is near the seashore,
Hmm.
far from Atlantic City.
Yep. Let's see.
Good
So, okay. Oh,
investment
so we
property.
have Aisha came in. Aisha's handmade items. Whoops. There we go. Hello.
Aisha.
And yeah, there's let's see, what did Granny D say? Hold on, I'm trying to keep oh, here, oh, Central North Carolina. Granny D's in Central North Carolina,
Oh,
50 miles north of Charlotte. It's lovely here in the low to mid 80s. Yeah, seems like today's a good day for a lot of people, except for Arizona. It's pretty hot.
Lady D, when I had the homestead in North Carolina, I didn't always stay there. I moved around, but we owned the property. And
Hmm.
we used to go down past Charlotte. There used to be a huge fabric warehouse, and it was like 6 hours to drive down there, 6 hours
Yeah.
back, an all-day trip. We would shop all morning and buy fabrics.
Yes.
The budget would be like $600, $800, and
Oh.
we would go broke, spend every penny,
Mm.
all of us, and then borrow some from each other.
Wow.
And but they had the best fabrics. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I still have pieces of them.
That sounds good. I love fabric, even though I don't sew, but I in my mind, I like to look at it and touch it and all that stuff. But let's see. Oh, Columbia. Somebody's Columbia. Oh, and we have Susan E. I'm sorry, I missed Susan E. Came in. Thank you. She's saying hi to everybody.
Oh, what part of Southern California, Renee? I've lived in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've lived,
she's Orange County. I know that.
oh, that's not that
Mhm.
far.
But not far, yeah.
I
Let's
used to
see.
drive to Tijuana to buy medicines too because it was so cheap.
Oh yeah, Tijuana's really close. Yep.
And then one time I took my grandson, who was half Asian. So when they came back, they were asking for his birth certificate. I'm like, my son is in martial arts and 2A. You don't want to keep this guy's son over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started talking to him in Spanish. I'm like, he doesn't speak Spanish. He speaks Thai. And
Oh,
then when he didn't respond to it. They kind
right.
of let me through, but they had me sweating for a while.
I bet. Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do there. But let's see. So I missed the. Oh, okay, Renee said she did a lot of hydroponic towers with PVC pipe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and a pump. So fun. Yep,
That
she's
is.
a fancy gardener too. Yep. Let's
I
see.
left one of my no, maybe two arrow gardens plugged in. I said, well, maybe they'll hit the light while I'm gone,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll have to cut them down. But
Yes.
I dropped new seeds just before I left.
Did you? Oh, that's good.
Risky.
It is risky.
Take it.
It's a month. I know. I'm like, I need a report on what happens when you get back. And then
Well,
we have Carrie. Hello.
neighbors have keys. I could have it checked on, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have cameras. I can see around the inside when I'm
Oh,
there.
okay. So
Everything
you're good.
looks okay.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, 62 in Southern California. Brr, yeah, that's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Oh, and then FR Humphrey's asking Maze Fabrics. Is that the place where you went?
No, it was they're out of business now, but I can't remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a huge place. And they had fabrics in sections, like they
Mm-hmm.
had gardening fabrics maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They would have the Indonesian batiks, and there
Mm-hmm.
would be in all the different colors. They would have
Yeah.
Civil War fabrics.
Oh,
They
wow.
would have flowers. They would have
Mm-hmm.
Asian fabrics. Oh, I mean aisles of them, like at the like at Costco, not little amounts.
Yes,
Grocery store, like Costco amounts.
that's cool. And then Felicia's saying, I remember the place Fabric by the Pound. Did they sell it like
Oh,
that?
I have gotten fabric by the pound too.
Mm-hmm.
I, I I used to, like I said, I used to teach, and we were making rugs for the International Festival of Arts and Ideas in New Haven, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I remember ordering 300
Yep.
pounds of fabric from Fabrics by the Pound, and when they came up my driveway in New Haven, it was a truck with a lift
Yes.
that lifted it over, and we had the Bilco doors that you open up,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of slid it down. That's a lot of fabric. And it was in strips.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, that sounds heavy.
So there was a place called Casa Otoñal,
Yes.
and I taught there, and the kids would
Mm-hmm.
take the rolls of fabric,
Yep.
put it on a spool, and
Right.
then not you didn't need real sharp scissors, and then
Mm-hmm.
some of the kids would be in the back
Mm-hmm.
pulling it, and somebody would be there with the scissors like this, and it would split it in half. Say the rolls were 4 inches, and
Mm-hmm.
then other kids, there would be piles of it. They would be jumping in it like piles of leaves.
Wow.
Just fun things to do with kids,
All right. That's nice.
and teaching in the summers.
That's nice. So let's see. Aisha's in New York, and she said it's 80. Let's see. Yeah, 80 here in New York. Beautiful day, sunny.
Are
Yep.
you in the city, Aisha?
Yeah, I think, are you in the Bronx, if I'm remembering correctly? I think so. I think
Oh,
she's in the
well, the
Bronx.
Bronx isn't far from Connecticut. I grew
That's
up in
true.
Stamford, Connecticut.
Hmm. Yep. I think it's the Bronx. But you can correct me. Just going off my memory. It is the Bronx. Okay. See? Some
Oh,
days I remember. That's cool. And then Liz is in Illinois and she said it's 80. So 80 is the number for today. Most people are
nice.
in and around 80. And she said it's really nice. Yeah.
I think it might have been like that cool here in Arizona, this part of Arizona, because we
Mm,
had the big rainstorm.
yeah.
But it'll be going. It'll be up near in the 100s later on.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then Renee said, I love it. My Japanese grandson speaks French. Wow.
Well, You go in my house. I have nieces and nephews
Yep.
in Tanzania, so they
Hmm.
speak Swahili. I have a niece from Namibia.
Wow.
I have my great grandchildren are half Jamaican, so you hear all accents. When you go
Mm,
to my mother's house, I told you it was big, and on family holidays, no matter what room you go in, what
yes.
language is, all you hear is laughter and good
Good.
food, and hugs. We went out on my mother-in-law's property, and there was a lake,
Yeah.
and my nephew from Tanzania had this rowboat with Cam, the one that taught me to read. They're
Hmm.
teenagers now. And Cam says, Nana, this guy's got me out on this boat. He doesn't know what he's doing in the middle of this stupid lake. He said,
Mm,
Grandma and everybody were on the shore. All they had to do was get in. You know how to swim. He
yeah.
knows how to swim. They're right on Lake Victoria. And
Oh
their
wow.
parents had a fishing boat. So you just
Hmm.
don't panic. Just tread water, hold on to the boat, and somebody will come get you. Easy, easy breezy, no
All
sweat.
right now. Nice. Let's see. So Carol's saying it's Portuguese 85 degrees in central Texas today. Knitting. I don't know the difference between any kind of knitting. Oh, okay.
Oh, Donzel says Ohio 71. That's nice.
71 there. Yeah, that's chilly, isn't it? For I mean, I think 70 right now is a little chilly, but okay. It's not bad. And then okay, and then Granny D saying your mama's home sounds like my dream home. That's really cool.
Everybody is welcome there.
That's
When
amazing.
we grew up, the family next door was
Hmm.
Italian, and she
Yeah.
taught my mother how to make the pasta, everything from
Mm.
scratch. My
Okay.
mother, my mother taught her how to make like
Right.
sweet potato pies and collard greens and whatnot.
Okay.
And the son just recently passed not too long ago. He found out he had something one week, the next week he was gone, and his
Wow.
sister told us. And I have a funny story. So I used to breed Cane Corso Italian Mastiffs, and there was a lady in New Hampshire or somewhere, and she bought a dog from me, and she
Mhm.
was a professional ice skater, I think. No,
Oh,
not ice skater, power skater, something. And she'd been in movies, maybe no, maybe a ice hockey, something.
yeah.
And she used to travel, and she'd
Mm,
been in several movies. So she called me one day. I would go from the house in Connecticut
yep.
to the property in North Carolina.
Nice.
She called her one day, and my mother answered the phone. She goes, "Oh hi, oh hoy," with her Boston accent.
Oh, wow.
goes, she goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" She says, "I'm making eggplant parm." So I
Oh,
said,
wow.
my mother makes really good eggplant parm.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh yeah, is your mother Italian?" I said, "No, my mother's black." You could hear a pin drop on cotton. I could tell she was really surprised. She
Yeah.
says, "But I talked to your mother before." I'm like, "Yeah, she's still black, and so am I." Did you know that, Katie? Because they didn't have all the YouTube
Oh,
and
yep.
all the other stuff. So she just kept talking, and then after a while, she goes, "Hey, Al, you really got me with that one." You
Oh, my.
can't tell who you're talking to, where they're from, by their accent.
By the accent. Yep. Yeah. Boston has an interesting accent.
I know my four nephews have it.
Do they really? Oh, wow.
Yes, yes,
I,
yes.
I let's have a moment of silence for them. That's a weird accent, for sure. I mean, not weird, but it's just different. It's very interesting. Okay. Let's see. And then Donzel said it's up to 80. So it's I was gonna say that seemed very cold. 70
I'm
seemed very cold.
I'm wishing you guys some
Mhm.
sunshine.
Yes, for sure.
A funny story about my nephews. So their mother was anti-gun, everything. So the
Mhm.
kids were not allowed to play with, the toys, the
Yeah.
plastic, nothing.
Yep.
So one day they were running up the street. They were there for the summer at my mom's house,
Mhm.
and the older brother did something to the younger one,
Yeah.
and he had a stick. I said, "Nope, we don't even pretend that the stick is a pew pew."
Yes.
So he came in. I gave them each a timeout so that they
Mhm.
could calm down.
Mm-hmm.
The younger one was sitting there with a piece of paper, and he's drawing something,
Yep.
and a, it's black. So
Mm-hmm.
he goes, Auntie, I'm gonna kill him. I'm so mad. And I said,
Yes.
no, we're not gonna do that. So then he's drawing his piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
with a black thing. He
Yes.
says, I said, so what are you doing? He says, I'm not gonna shoot him. It's a bum. I'm like, a bum? He meant a B-O-M-B.
Oh, oh, that makes it better. No.
It was a Boston accent. He was
Oh,
making a
oh, 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 oh. Oh, I
oh,
was like, yeah, right, right, right. Okay.
he's active in the military now. I tell him about that. I'm like,
Well,
you
I guess he's in the right place.
yeah, well,
He's had some prior training.
yes, yes. But, but now it was like, but Auntie didn't contribute to that.
That's great. So, and let me see if I can find that hat. That's what I forgot to do. Sorry. I know
Your
there was
French
something.
guy?
I'll drop it. Yeah, I'll try to find this link here. Let me see if I can find it. And it's so funny. This was this was on the label of the red heart. So let's see here.
You can open a lot of the yarns and find patterns on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is nice. And but it's actually on the Yarnspirations site too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see here if I can find it. But anyway, that's a funny story. But that's really cool that your family gets together. And I saw some guy on Instagram that bought a mansion, and he has his extended family in it, and he has a pool and tennis courts and all this stuff. And the guy is pretty young. He's only like 59, but he's already retired. He must have had a fancy job somewhere. And
Nice.
yeah, he picked up all his stuff, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah, and I just went, "Wow, okay."
My
I'm
mother's house is no way a mansion. It's just a big old New England house.
mhm.
My dad was I think it was a three-family house when they bought it.
Okay.
My dad is a contractor, so he converted it to a one-family house.
Mhm.
And it's on like a full acre.
Yep.
So she has like, if any of you have been to my channel and you've seen some of the perennials that are out there, or I post on Facebook, those gardens have been there like 50, 55 years. My
Wow.
dad had brick walls built and then we had our food garden down the street, but
Mm.
around the house, my mother had all flowers, just flowers, flowers, flowers.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Except for my yard, I commandeered a part of the yard. I'm a guerrilla gardener, so my mother would be in the upper parts of the yard, and she'd go shopping and get like thousands of dollars worth of flats of flowers, and I'd
Oh,
go
wow.
my
Yeah.
little paycheck and buy stuff. And then one year I was so mad at her. She went, well, purple flowers. Purple's not her color. I told
Oh.
Dad. I said, Dad, she's just buying them because it's my color.
Oh my goodness.
You and your mom just need to get along.
Yeah. I noticed. It's funny. I said I see some
Still, I
situations.
see a
Yeah.
theme. Theme.
Yes. I think it's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I know it's weird. See, and I'm not real good at picking See, I'm always talking about picking the colors. I don't know how you do it. You know what I mean? Like I never can figure out how to do it. But I love the fact that some people go, it has to be this color. It has to be that. I never can figure it out. But I think it's cool when you're able to know. But your mom was like purple. That's funny.
Just that year, she always gets the annuals to go with the perennials,
Mhm.
like the ones that come up every year. So that year she took purple. And then my dad had to go to the hospital for something. And my mother doesn't pick flowers, the peonies, the roses,
Oh,
the
really?
lilies, the irises. She doesn't pick anything. The lilacs, she just wants to look at them. And so my dad was in the hospital. I picked a bouquet and took it in. She was like,
Mhm.
did you pick those out of my garden? I said, no, I got these off daddy's half of the property.
Yes. Oh, that's
And they were her flowers.
yeah. That's cool. So this is the pin from Pinterest. Let me see if I can find the other one. Let's see. I thought I had. this one here. But anyway, but there it is. Let me see. I'll load this. See if it'll let me. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've got it. This may be a little better. Yes, yes, yes. I just want to see the item number on this thing. But anyway, so that's the pin from Pinterest, and I'll send this to you too. Let's see.
Well, Kelly, you're the one being technical now. I'm just trying to knit and keep the knit to purl to going.
I know, yeah, yeah. So do you have your tape so you can check the size?
I do. I
Do
do.
you?
But
Okay, good. Yeah, 'cause I
like
will tell you.
we're like 1.5 inches.
Well, this hat, let me tell you, it gets big. It gets so big.
Oh,
You
you
know?
meant the
Yeah.
width?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, it gets
it's
big. So just
at the
make
end of
sure
the
you
row.
check. Yeah, make sure you check it because it will. Yeah,
Okay.
it will get big. So just so you know. Let's see here. Okay, I think this is it. All right, now hopefully. Boom. Let me.
Do any of the guys in the chat knit
Oh, that's a good question. Let me
or
see.
crochet?
Let's see. Do
I
we
know
have
a lot
any?
of guys that knit, crochet, quilt.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to see who's left. Donzel. I don't know if Scott. I'm not sure if Scott does any of that. And Miguel. Miguel does knit. Well, he doesn't knit. He crochets, but he's
Oh,
gone. I think
cool.
he had to go out. But yeah, he's a pretty good crocheter. He's done some really nice stuff. Yeah. So it's amazing here. So let's see. I'll copy this link here. Let's see. Copy. Yes. But this is a nice hat. It came out really cute. And of course, I think I already
Cute. Nice little heather color.
yeah, it was a nice color. And this is the link also. Link to hat. Here we go. Put that in there. Oh no, it's still the same link. Thought this was a different. But that'll get you there. At least the Pinterest link will get you there. Yes.
Pinterest says everything.
Everything on there. Yep.
YouTube.
It's good. But yeah, that'll get you there. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's a nice hat, and I really like it. You know, it's one of my favorite things that I've made lately, and it's definitely cute for it's like you're kind of hip. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, now you see a lot of younger people wearing hats and knitted things.
Hmm.
I went into the bank in New Haven before I came here to get some cash for tips and whatnot.
Yep.
And the young lady at the cash the teller was a college student or
Yep.
recently graduated, and she was crocheting the little animals, and she had one
Mhm.
sitting there. I'm like, oh, that is so cool.
Yes. Yes.
It gives you something to do with your free time.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's therapeutic, and like it's a type of anger management tool.
All right
When
now.
you're doing this, you can't be mad and count knit two, purl two at the same time.
That's a good point. Good point. So, I'll show you one thing. This is for the people who haven't done any knitting yet. So this is if you go to the thrift store, this is what they'll throw at you. Sometimes it's trash, but hopefully you'll get one of these. So they have these bags of stuff.
Cool. I love seeing that.
Yeah, bags of stuff, I call it.
So you would come home with me, sweetheart. I don't know why. I don't know why, but you would have to come home with me.
I will. Oh yeah. Oh, and there's a couple of there's a hero needle in here. Okay.
And do you guys know that you can knit and you can especially crochet
Mhm.
with with fabric? You can take strips. I usually take strips. This
Mhm.
is only an inch,
Yep.
but um
Hold on a second. Let me take myself. There we go. Go ahead.
you take strips of fabric. You can
Yep.
tear old sheets
Yep.
into strips and use them crochet into
Mhm.
to crochet into rugs, all kinds of stuff. And
Yep.
there's a way that you can connect them without even sewing them. This isn't what I meant to show you with this. You can make plarn. What is plarn?
Blarn.
Plarn is plastic yarn. You take
Yep.
a plastic bag. There are various ways of cutting them up into strips and
Mhm.
connecting them and crochet
Yep.
or knit with these. So to connect strips of fabric without
Mhm.
sewing them,
Yep.
you take the two, put them together. I'll put the
Yep.
orange one in the front.
Mm-hmm.
You fold them over about half an inch,
Yep.
and you just put a little split here. You do the same thing with the plarn,
Okay.
or you can tie it. Then
Nice.
you put the new one on the top,
Yep.
the bottom one, the new the you put the old one on the top, the new one on the bottom, and pull it, and then you just keep going forever
Mm-hmm.
and ever and ever. I've made homeless mats
Okay.
for the homeless people with
Yep.
plarn crocheting them.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, plarn is nice. I was doing that for a while, and then I ran out of steam. But I need to get back to it because I have a bunch of bags piled up.
I had some of the Mylar ones that were huge. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember.
that's right. You were talking about the Mylar. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
I gifted that for
mm,
a mat for somebody who was 2A that likes to go camping
okay.
and target shooting and stuff.
Well, that's definitely not me. So I wouldn't. I
Oh,
wouldn't make
camping with a
that.
mosquito, a bug.
But this, but I'll show you this real quick in this kit. So this is these are cable needles or stitch holders. You can
Yes,
oops, as I just dropped one. But these
yes.
are all different sizes. You can hold they in there. These are the needle stoppers. So you can
Oh, right. Just so that you don't lose your needles
you
where
don't
you're at
lose your stitches.
stitches
Hold
on
on, let
the
me see if I
bus.
can get that in there. Yep. So just some odds and ends, and I think what's happening nowadays. And then a bunch of crochet hooks, and a lot of these are plastic. And I'll show you this real quick. Some of these are plastic. Some of these are all boy, I think. Yeah, these are all boy. Some of the metals, some of the plastic, little guy, big guy, bigger guy. And I can't tell. Oh, this one is Hero. I don't know if you can see that. Hero Standard.
Oh, I remember those.
That's a J. Yep.
That's
This
my
one.
mother's favorite size hook.
Okay, the J. Nice. This one's an H, but I don't know what brand this is. It's hard to see some of these, but there you go. It's backward. G. 45 cents. I don't know
Wow,
if you can see that, but 45 cents. There it is.
that's amazing. I love to sing things like that.
This one's 60 cents.
Well, I want to tell you, I hadn't crocheted in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So the last 10 years, I moved 3 times. I sold my property, went to my mom's house.
Right.
And so I count that, like temporary, but it's
Yes.
my childhood home. So some of my stuff from 75 years ago is still there. My bedroom was still up there. I used
Oh
the
my gosh.
sewing room this time, and I
Yeah.
slept in a different one on the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
But when I moved into my apartment, it's like I had no idea where my knitting needles were
Mm-hmm.
or my crochet hooks.
Yeah.
So I ordered from Amazon or Temu or somebody and got
Yep.
a gazillion knitting needles. But
Nice.
Bar Humphrey is so kind. She sent me a
Yes.
pack with all the needles in it.
Oh, nice. Okay, Humphrey.
A pack to my mother. So that got me back into crocheting again, other than with the big ones for cloth.
Yes. Nice.
So bless you, FR.
Yes. Okay, FR Humphrey. I see you. All right. That's great.
People talk about the bad things about social media, but there are good things too. And
Yes.
I think where good friends become family, and family is everything. I have
Mhm.
met some people in the gardening community
Yep.
and the arts and craft community
Mhm.
that will be friends for life. For life.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful. But oh yeah, thanks. Nice bag of goodie. Yeah, so that's a good way to get started. It was $3.99, and I think I paid. It was half off, so it was a $1.50. I don't know, $4, $2. It was $2 plus tax. So that's the way to do it. If you and then you can kind of figure out. And there's different sizes. So just like with the crochet hooks, the fatter the ones, the
Yes.
the chunkier the yarn, the thinner.
I
So
like the wooden ones. Do you remember when you were in high school and you had to read A Tale of Two Cities and Madame Defarge was always knitting? She was
oh,
knitting a
that's right.
coat
Yes.
couldn't remember the name. I've been thinking about that for like a
Yes.
month, trying to remember the name
Hmm.
and what book it was.
Yeah.
Finding a Hero is like,
Oh yeah, Finding a Treasure. Yeah, that those are the old ones. And I have a couple of metal ones. They're hard. They're really hard to find. You don't see them too often
you know,
anymore. The hero. I used to see them here and there. That one's boy. See, sometimes in these bags, they so you want to have two matching needles, hopefully the same brand, the same size to start out with, and so
or even the same color.
same color, everything. Yeah. So a lot of times, they'll give you one, but not the other. So that's the only negative part about, buying them from the thrift store. Because sometimes they just throw stuff in bags and just go get it gone. That's what they do. But hopefully, like you'll when you come in there, they'll sorry about the clink in here. But they hopefully you'll have at least one or two or three that will match, so but it's so that's like the only thing that you have to look for when you're in there. Yeah, this one. These are oh wow. Yeah, here this one's a hero. What the heck?
Oh,
Oh, this
nice.
is a hero. Oh boy, check this out. It's rare. See, I
You,
have yet to see these in a while, but
you hit the jackpot, Kelly.
yes, I did. See there? Here's hero number 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Any
use number 10 for my when I make the
no.
edge to edge dishcloths.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you do that also. Yeah, that's a nice pattern. Yep,
That's I don't go crazy while you're waiting for doctors thing.
that's true. They will keep you waiting, won't they? Oh, Sonia's back. Hey, good to see you. Yeah. So yeah, well, we appreciate everyone who's come in. And do you have any questions? Let me ask you before we. I don't know how if you want to keep hanging. How are you feeling?
Well, I figured I can hang on until like noon.
Okay.
Go down and see
Okay.
what's for lunch or make lunch or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know that you have a life, so I understand that.
Oh no, I'm good.
Life is lifing. But
My brother-in-law will be happy to see that it's finally making some progress.
yes, no, that's beautiful. Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah.
I love it. So anyway, does anybody have any questions for Auntie Ellen? Well, before we go, I mean, we have a few minutes, but I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to ask you anything.
In my lifetime of stories, you guys
She has some stories.
realize and understand that I could be Kelly's mother,
Mm,
old enough to be Kelly's mom.
you know,
It's hard to tell with people, places and things. It's like, wow. Because I don't seem as old as I actually am.
that
And
is
I
true.
have to keep telling people, like, I'm really, really an elder. I'm really an elder, you guys.
Yes. No, it's good. No, it's awesome, and so I'm hearing just through my group, and so because I go to a knitting group, and what they're saying is that the younger people are starting to pick up crochet, especially like granny squares. So I said, okay, that's good because I think for a while, we got the old lady, which is nothing wrong with being old, but you know what I mean. Like
Right.
even yeah, even my husband's
Oh,
like,
I'm not
oh,
offended by it.
no, but I'm glad that that if you look at it, Instagram and TikTok, people really are picking it up, knitting and crochet. So it's awesome. But here's a question for you. Okay, and Renee's asking, what do you do with most of your creations? Oh, good question.
Is it for me?
Mm-hmm.
I give them to family. I don't buy any gifts for my family. Very, very, very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
I make everything, all of my gifts.
Okay.
And my daughter will say, "Oh, mom, I don't need anything. Mom, I have everything." My son will say, "Don't make me any more quilts, mom. I live in California.
Oh,
Do you know what people would do to have a quilt made by a master quilter, Aaron? We're talking about priceless quilts, not just any old kind of
yes,
kind
yeah,
kind of quilt where I spent,
yes.
your inheritance on the fabrics to
Mm-hmm.
put in this,
Yeah,
plus the this and the that." And they're like, and then I give them something that's made,
right.
especially with my imported fabrics. And my daughter's, "Oh, mom, I love this." Or, "Mom, I like this one. I like that one." They
Mm.
always love it, even if it's just a pillowcase, a hat, anything that's handmade. They actually love it.
Yeah, I think they do. So Renee's saying that the lockdowns it made more people interested, and so, because of the time and when people were kind of locked in.
And I
But
was
now
reading
she's saying,
that
I
too.
love that. I still have quilts that I made with my mother and grandmother when I was little. My big stitches, along with their neat work, are so precious to me.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. Do you
Yes.
mind if I show them something about,
Sure.
oh, actually, I don't have it over here, but my sister just started, she made her first quilt recently for
Oh.
a quilt challenge. And
Mhm.
then she's doing it. I'm trying to see if I have one that's hand stitched. I think I put them away because I threw stuff every which way and I didn't want them to be.
Right.
But look at these tiny, even how neatly she
Yes.
has ironed the seams open,
Yes.
put everything together,
Mhm.
these little blocks. It's like so special. I never thought I'd see anybody in my family quilting except me.
All right.
Nobody, I don't know anybody on either side, my dad's side or
Mhm.
my mom's side,
Yes.
that quilts. My grandmother, one of my grandmothers quilted, the one from North Carolina.
Mhm.
She did things that were not considered quilting because they oh, what do you call it? With the little circles, they take a jar and draw a circle.
Oh, okay.
Yo-yos. They were called yo-yos.
Yo-yos. Wow.
And because they didn't have batting, technically a quilt is 3 layers, a sandwich, a top, middle, and a bottom.
Mhm.
And I didn't learn how to quilt until I was 50. And then I took every lesson in the world, bought every machine it was. I
Yes.
always sewed. Renee Unraveled said they never used a machine for the quilts. That
Mhm.
is so, so special.
Mhm.
I wish I had something that my grandmothers had made.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking because I know, like my grandmother's been gone so long. She never did any of this kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. Like that would be cool to have, Yeah.
Yes, just well, one grandmother, I have her industrial sewing machine.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
she never ever used it. It's like new. My
Okay.
mother put it up on the 3rd floor. It takes 2 men to bring it down. All these flights of stairs. And
Mhm.
those old houses aren't like the houses today, you guys. The 1st floor, the ceiling is about 20 feet. I think
Mhm.
Daddy lowered it, just the ceiling in this house is 24 feet downstairs. So you're talking about a lot of stairs. And those old houses have curved staircases
Mhm.
that you
Mhm.
have to bring furniture around. Not easy.
That's crazy. And then Susan saying, "I have a suitcase full of old and new knitting needles. I'm now digging to see if any are heroes." Okay, cool. But you never know what you're gonna get. And so like I said, a lot of times they just go because a lot of people, I notice a lot of people are hesitating on using the straight ones, but I always say, I mean, to start with, they're fine. And and like I said, just get a fat chunky yarn, get a big old needle, and just get busy.
Just
Give
do
it a try.
something.
Do something. There's a couple of double pointed needles in here. They don't really I only had one. Like I noticed that they never give you the full set. So those you
Oh,
have to buy. But that's fine. They're not too expensive. And but I think the stitch markers and the cable needles and all that are useful when later on.
yes.
Later on. And then I like the fact that some of these old, some of these have these little containers. And I'm just always fascinated to see what they put in these containers. So I like this.
Do you guys like to use metal needles, plastic needles, or bamboo needles?
Oh, good question. Yep.
Well, the reason I asked is because before my dad passed, he was
Yes.
bedridden, and my mother would always be knitting, and
Yes.
she had the metal needles,
Yep.
and she knits a German way, and all you could hear was, he
Click,
said,
click.
"Oh, look at her, she's just always sticking holes in me." It's
Yes.
because of watching the sticking out, I'm like,
Hmm.
"Dad, I'm using the quiet needles, Daddy."
Oh, there we go. So Susan found one. She said, Arrow, Burnett, England.
England.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And I think there is a connection in there. I can't remember how that goes, but yeah, bamboo. Oh, so Susan likes bamboo and Renee said metal. Yeah, and I think I'm kind of metal-ish. But of course I'm saying metal and then look what I have in my hand. I have a,
Well,
a,
the
a
bamboo
with
needles, the tips wear down.
yeah. Yeah, although I've killed, like I shouldn't say killed, but I've gone through some, I've plastic needles, I've broken and worn down the tips. But the wooden one so far so good. Like I haven't had any issues. But these are very long, so I will never be able to get this on an airplane.
Well, these either. These look like the same. Is it the same needle, Kelly?
Almost. Is that Brittany?
I don't even know.
I think it's Brittany. Hold on, let me make you big. I'm gonna see. I think it is. Oh no, that's your name. Okay, now turn it a
No,
little bit. It says Pankey.
the ends, I don't know because I'm always losing things and dropping things because
Yes.
of my vision. So when
Yeah.
I travel or something, I just put or go in a group place,
Right.
just put my name on it so
It's
that
hard to read. Yeah, that makes sense. But I'll
I
show
can
you
have
this.
that.
Yeah,
And
so
if
this,
you ever go to a place where a lot of people are doing it
yeah,
and you drop one of yours or lose it,
yeah.
they'll
Never.
say, well, is that one mine? No, that one looks like mine. You
Oh,
know, that one looks like mine. No,
no,
I don't
that's
think
not
this
yours.
one's yours. I took an embroidery class for
Here we
my
go.
one of my fancy embroidery. Oh,
So it says Brittany and
I
then number 9. And then it's got this
those are nice to
wood
keep them.
turned. Yeah, these are
Those are
nice.
nice.
And so far, I found these at a thrift store, and I was like, "Ooh, these are gorgeous," And
Those are nice.
I think I paid a little more. Maybe I paid $6, but I got I think
It
4
was
sets
worth
or
it.
5 sets. Yeah, this was not bad. But
Those
anyway,
are
it's called
beautiful.
Brittany. Yeah, Brittany. I never heard of it before. Yeah.
You have to Google it. When I go to the thrifting stores, my
Mhm.
sister is in there with her phone looking at. So we have found some
Mm,
amazing pieces of art, pieces of
yes,
everything that we brought home. She looks it up.
that's wonderful. Oh,
Oh,
look.
congratulations for your Mom's Place membership.
Yeah, look.
25
So
months.
look how many months? 25. Okay, girl. Thank you so
Yay.
much. And she's saying, "Hey, everybody." All right, so here we go.
Hi.
Keep smiling, keep
Yeah,
shining, knowing you can always count on me.
I'm singing, Kelly girl. Get that.
For sure. That's what friends are for.
Yes. Yes.
In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore.
I'm
Oh, that's what friends are for. Okay, thanks, Ashley. Okay, now let's see. Thank you so much. And then Susan said, "LOL, I've got my first set of knitting needles, size 3." All right,
yeah, those are
LOL.
tiny.
Uh-oh, and look at
Making
this.
socks.
Nice. And there's Carol saying, "Hey." And here's Granny D, 24 months. All right now, Miss Granny D.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. I got to think of, and I haven't been preparing. This is bad for my musical show here, but thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen you doing your what do you call it?
So we were doing it's sort of like, we just let people come on and sing. So
Yes,
we called it the jam
you
session.
guys singing for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, thank you. But yeah, it's been a while, and we really I don't know, it's like karaoke's tough.
Yeah,
Anything with
that's what I'm
music
saying.
on any of these
Karaoke.
platforms is tricky because like you
Right.
have to pay the piper,
And
so
you have to be careful what's allowed to be reproduced, what's blah 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 blah
yes.
blah.
Yeah, all the things. Yeah, and it's interesting because because somebody said, I mean, and it's not about the monetization per se, but it's like, well, the last time I did a show, I think I had 14 copyright claims
Whoa.
during that show, and then you just go, "This is crazy." So then you almost delete the whole thing because you can clip it, but then what's the point of clipping it if you can't listen to it again? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, but the thing that's interesting, though, I will say, is that unless your video gets like hundreds of thousands of views, it almost doesn't matter.
Great. It's
Right.
like
It really doesn't. Yeah. Like,
bye, Felicia, bye.
yeah, yeah.
Fun. We had
That's,
fun for now.
yeah, yeah.
Na na
It's
na na na.
exactly because one day, like, we had been doing this jam session for a while, and I said, let me see how much money I've accrued on these live streams, and most of them were zero or 1 penny. You know,
Right.
right. So I was
It's
like, well,
hilarious.
they can split the
You
penny. I
go
mean,
into
I don't even
a
know how you do that.
or it'll say, well, this one has a claim on it. Do you
Yes.
agree to split? Go ahead, take half of this penny. take
Yeah, you
out
can have it.
a freaking penny
Yes,
and I spend it all in one place.
that's it. And it's crazy. Yes. Carol said, love it. Oh, yeah, this is nice. Yes. And then Granny D said, my pleasure. You are my kind of people. Oh, Granny
Thank
D.
you.
I'm going to give
Thank
you a
you.
hug. That's a hug.
Thank you.
There. Yes. Oh, so Carol had to leave. She said, when I came back, you were talking about knitting needles. I used to buy knitting needles. What would you recommend? So it really depends on what you like. But if you're knitting, so these are allegedly fancy knitting needles, and I don't know if they're still in business, but they're called Brittany. Let me see if you can see that. It's this tight. This because it's your fingers, rubbed it off, but it's Brittany, I believe. And I don't know what kind of wood these are made out of, but they're very nice. And so, but you can get really any kind of knitting needles. And so a lot of times you go to the thrift store, they'll give you these crazy bags of knitting needles, and they're all different sizes. And it's a good way to get started. You spend a couple bucks, and they're all different sizes, all different lengths. You can try it out. And then if you hate knitting, you just redonate it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what happens, but you won't hate it. But if you decide it's not for you, then you haven't really spent a ton of money. But you can go on, and they have clover, like just like the crochet. Oh, that's nice. She's measuring.
Yes. I said I have time to measure
You do have
before.
measure. Yeah. So
Knitting.
anyway, but the
But
clover hooks, just like like the crochet. Well, crochet clover hooks, they have clover knitting needles, and they have clover straight knitting needles, and they have clover circular knitting needles. But clover can be expensive, but they're very nice. They're very nice. So it's like, try out the cheap stuff first, and then you figure out if you like metal, do you like wood? All these questions. Yeah. So,
so you guys, sorry,
oh, that's okay.
I'm not sure about this hat. It's only 12 inches.
Well, no, you got to do it the other way. Well, yeah, yeah. I think the way it is it's going to be the length. It's going to be the height. Like once you get to the height, once it gets to 8 inches, that's when you start to do the decrease.
But it looks like it's going to be for an awfully small head.
Yeah. How many? Let's see. You said 82. You did
I think the
82.
average head is like 20 inches or something.
It is.
Or I have a new great
I think
great grandson who's going to
might
be
work.
induced tomorrow because he's
Okay.
8 pounds and 4 pounds and
Oh,
and he's past due. I'm like, I might have to save this for him. I
I.
don't know any adults had this head this big,
But it
but we'll
does.
see.
Yeah, but it does get a little bit wider once you take it
And
off.
my ribbing does stretch a lot, and
Yeah, it does.
he has a small head, so we'll see. Thank you guys for helping Uncle Roscoe almost get a hat.
Almost get a hat. You might need more.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
this is fun, you guys. I'll have to like invite myself up again.
Sure. Okay, so here's another brand. I've never heard of these. Indian Lake Artisans. I bet they're nice, but they are
Wow.
pricey. Yeah. But I say Clover is kind of at the higher end. You can get Susan Bates or Boy, same thing, just like the crochet
Yes.
hooks. Yep. And so anyway, so try the cheap stuff first, and then figure out what you like. Do you like metal? Do you like plastic? Do you like, all those things? Lion Brand has, knitting needles and crochet hooks as well on their site, and they put them on sale periodically. But once you figure out which ones you like, so try the stuff. Okay, but anyway, so you have to get ready to go, young lady.
Yes. So
All
you're
right.
going to stay on, or are you about to go as well?
No, well, I'll let you go, and then I'll just chat to the people on the way out. But thank you so much for coming in.
All right. Well, thank you. I enjoyed it, and thanks
Yes.
for your
Oh,
hospitality.
you're welcome. And then and I'll drop your link again.
Okay,
And
so first I have to figure out how. Oh, there I go. I had forgotten.
there we go. All right. Well, she's gone. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. Hey, does anybody want to come up for a sec, or it's up to you? Take care. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, it is lunchtime, and I see it, and she came back from her doctor's appointment, so it was kind of like, phew. But I didn't want her to. I wanted her to like take it, have a nice, easy way to go. But anyway, if anybody's interested in coming up, I can share the link, and then I'm going to delete it. So hold on just a second. Invite. Here we go. Boy, I haven't done this in a while. I am so out of the loop All right. I'm just going to put it in the chat here. And then I'll get rid of it if anybody wants to come up and hang for a sec. And then if not, we'll get out of here. See, enter. There we go. There it is. All right, let's see who comes. Yeah, she was interesting. Yeah, so she's got a lot of and she does a lot. And so we're kind of similar in that regard. Now, I don't do as much as she does, but we do different things. And so every time when you come on her channel, you're going to see different things. So she's baking, cooking, quilting, regular sewing, all the things. So it's awesome. So is a hexagonal the name brand or just the shape, Granny D? That's a good question. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Oh yeah, I think she did. Maybe. Yeah, and that might be the problem too. Yeah. Because sometimes you can double up. It seems like for crochet, you can double up and it's easy. But she's using fancy bougie yarn. And so I don't know how that all equates, Yeah. And there's Junior's here. Hello. Good to see you. So yeah, it's crazy. But let's see. You're not camera ready. I understand that. But good to see you, Junior. All right. But let's see. So, but anyway, but like I said, it's good to get out and meet some new people, on YouTube. And it's good because it always we all sort of cross over. And a lot of people are gardening. Like I know even I'm gardening this year. Not hugely, but I'm doing a little bit of gardening. And it's been good. So I'm learning. And they have and I meant to ask her to talk about it, but they have a community garden that if you go on her channel, you'll see some videos about it. And the community garden is pretty big, and I forget what the heck they grow everything in there. So it's pretty cool, so, and she has to, wheel herself down there and get to the community garden, which is nice. Yes. Oh, that's the shape. Okay. Hexagonal. Oh, I see. Are they like this? Oh, I know what you're talking about, Granny D. Okay. Hexagonal. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Well, anyway, I guess we are good. We're on an hour and a half. Man, that's great. Which is what I figured I'd make it out to. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for popping in and welcoming Ellen Pankey. And you can show a pair on your live tomorrow. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so that is a shape. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But let me see. Any? Oh, you're welcome. And thanks for coming, Donzel. Really appreciate you. And I hope you had a little bit of fun. And but anyway, but Auntie Ellen, she forgot to tell us. So she goes live on Thursday at, let's see if I got this right. Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern and Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's it. Yeah. But if you go to her channel, you can take a look. And let me see if I can put it in one more time. See if I can do this real quick. But anyway, it's really good. So like I said, thank you so much for coming. We enjoy the crafting here. I Bring It Every Day channel. I really enjoy having the positive people come over. And that is correct. Oh, thank you, Donzel. See, I think I'm glad I have a good memory. Some days you never know. Okay. Yes. And good to see you, Junior. Outlaw Creative. Have a truly blessed day, everyone. All right now. Okay, so we did it. We did it. This is awesome. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to say thank you for coming. And let's see. There we go. Thank you all. Much love to everybody. And I'm going to play a little bit of Drizzle. Actually, I talked to Drizzle, so he's doing okay. His health is doing okay. So I'm very happy. And but I'm going to try to get him up on the show again too. Once he comes back. So we'll see. I'm going to have him come on and do some singing too. All right. So there he goes. But thank you so much. And here we go. I'm going to do this. And here we go.
Every day. How often does she bring it? Every
And thank you so much for coming in. And now I got to hang up. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.